Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again. This is going to be another learn from the pros. We're going to be following complexity, Incon in this case, in the support role, through a game and discussing everything that he does, the decisions he makes, and what you can learn based off his decision making. Now, he's playing Athena in this game. Athena very, very strong in the meta right now, and you'll see why, hopefully, in this game. She's very good at being able to rotate around the map and still influence other lanes by having her ultimate available, Defender of Olympus, to come to her aid and her teammates' aid and make sure she can make these fast rotations. Now, straight out of the bat, you can see what she's taken at the beginning of this game. Just going to pause for a second because we might see some action. She's gone for Vanguard, first of all, and not for Watcher's Gift, and not for anything other shenanigan-wise. Now, the reason she's gone Vanguard is we look at the enemy team, she's going to be in lane against a Sylvanas and an Ull. Now, against Sylvanas and Ull, there's a lot of pressure there that has kill potential. You have to consider when you start in items whether they have kill potential in the lane. Because of the fact it's Sylvanas can land that root. He's got good poke damage with his auto attacks as well. So you're going to take some damage from the auto attacks, which means you can reduce them by 5. If he lands a root as well, then Ul gets a free setup for his full combo, which can really deal a lot of damage. So going Watcher's Gift would not give you much sustain in this matchup than a Vanguard would. Vanguard is more effective health, gives you more health overall in 150 rather than 100 from a Watcher's Gift, but also reduces the damage taken by 5, as well as the extra protections. All good stuff is the reason he's gone for this at the beginning. He's taken 1 ward and 3 health potions. Now, if you notice, he's going out with this ward early on. You'll see him go for an attempt at warding early, but he's not going to buy 2 just because there's no real reason to buy 2 anymore. These mid-harpies no longer exist. These mid-harpies no longer exist at the start of the game, which means that putting a ward here won't see any fast rotations for you them to try and steal. He's just trying to ward up their area to find out exactly what items they're going to have, and to also keep an eye out for see if there's any invade if they're not there on time. So what you'll see in this game, he's going to go 1 ward, 3 health potions. The reason he's got 3 health potions is because worst case scenario at the start of this game, he can't go back to base. Imagine if there is a fight at level 1, which we may or may not see coming up in a second. If there is a fight and he can't go back to base because the minions will spawn very, very soon, he'll lose experience. If he leaves, his team won't be able to do it as effectively. He'd probably have his teammates take a lot of damage if he tried to go back to base early on. Plus the factor of him losing experience would also hurt him as well. So 3 health potions so he could still sustain in the lane if he needs to and stick around. He'd have to be more careful with his mana, but we'll see as we go into this. Oh, we're 41 seconds in the game. We're in their enemy jungle. Notice how he's not leveled a skill yet. He's not picked a skill yet. If we actually just cycle through, this is a thing for all the players, I should imagine. Let's just check him out. Look at this. Weaken on the front line on Odin. Not picked a skill. Allied. Has his heart bomb. Okay, that's all he's going to really get anyway, let's be honest. I mean, he could go for Flutter or Heals, but maybe I can understand him going for the Heart Bomb in case they get aggressed on. Cyclone, not picked a skill either. Incon, as we said, and Kiki's gone with his slow. Not a surprise to see him go with his slow in every situation. This will be more effective for his team. It's dot damage that he can apply to 5 targets in one instance, so it's okay for him to go for that one. And the enemy team, just to check them out as an example, Sylvanas in the front line, not got anything. Ul has taken his axe, not surprised there. He wants his axe really because it's actually used wave clear at the same time. Bakasura's not taking anything, neither has Poseidon, and neither has Scylla. So you can see that the whole of these teams didn't take anything at the start of the game. You shouldn't either, just in case you do get invaded on. You probably want to take it a couple seconds just before the minions spawn. Just in case an incident happens where you need your escape. So ring around the roses, a pocket full of poses, a tissue, and a ward goes down. Nothing more exciting than that. You can still see Incon's got his ward online right now. His teammates actually placed the ward. Now they're going to turn their attention and see Best with the communication. And this isn't really about Incon, but notice how the Best didn't actually take a skill, but he did then with the Sentinel. Well, that's given him an opportunity now to get out of the problem area. A lot of early ward coverage coming down from Complexity. You can see that Incon put a ward down on the backside there. I think that's just in case they do go for an early invade, or if this fight goes terribly, they can keep track and chase people through the jungle. At the same time, he has to put that ward down to go back to base early. You can see he's immediately going back to base now. Or does he? I thought he was going to make it back. I guess he changes his mind. He realizes he's not going to make it back in time. So this is the prime example of why you go these 3 health potions at the start, because you're not going to get a chance to go back to base. A lot of players don't really realize this when I try and talk them through their analysis of why they should be buying certain items. And these health potions will help him sustain, but it means that his wave clearing lane isn't going to be very good. He's got to be very, very careful with his mana usage now. just because he's not going to get any form of sustain. Like, Watcher's Gift would give you some mana and HP back every time a minion dies, but this isn't going to do that. So he's got to be very, very careful with his mana pool. 224 is a very low mana pool if you look at it. 60 for his first use of Shield Wall. A Taunt costs you 60 as well, and 1 charge. So together that's 180 mana to use your full combo. 180 mana, that leaves you with 44 mana, which isn't very much indeed. So he's going to have to play this very, very safe in lane. The good news is, though, if you check him out, he's got 230 gold in the bank right now, which, if he can get away with this in lane because of the start that they've had, because of the early aggression that didn't really pay off, it does mean that he's going to be able to turn up in base earlier. It means his boots are going to be online a little bit quicker, and he's using this gold effectively, even though he's not going to have it in lane. We'll see how it plays out, though. And notice how he tanked that buff up for as long as possible, really, there, and then left at the very last moment. He stands away from his hunter, so the hunter will pull the buff back to him. Eventually, he stayed in range of it, and then walks to lane. Very, very quick, decisive clearing of those buffs now. You can see they're ahead of the other team. Not going to spam his abilities. Notice how he spoke about spamming your abilities earlier on, and the fact that he's not got his mana this time round. Because he's not got the mana, he's going to just try and hard push with auto attacks and just stay in here and auto attack down. Not going to use his shield wall combo. I believe if he had the mana, he probably would have considered doing that right now. Have a little bit of a laggy issue there for Incon. Nah, he's just chilling. Just chilling. So he's quite passive and stayed quite far back here. There's not a lot he can really do. Allied won't actually kill any of these minions without him being in range anyway. He's just knocking them all low. You notice how he can walk forward the moment those minions were due to die? That's when he walked up there. Gotta pick up the health. Now, why is he picking up the health? Why would you pick up the health when you're in full health, Incon? What the hell is this play all about? What's this all about? Why would you do this? This is for people who don't know about Cupid that need to learn this, because I see this happen a lot. Let's look at the bomb. Let's look at Share the Love. This is something that you need to realise as a support player, what your AD carry can do in lane. Share the Love. It heals you, but what does it do every single time you pick up the heals? Well, it gives Cupid mana back. 30 mana regen for every one he picks up. And when it costs 50, if you pick up all 3, then Cupid's making a profit every single time of 40 mana. Every single time you pick up all 3 of these hearts, you pick it up. Is there anything else for you to do in this lane right now as Athena? Nope, Incon's just chilling. He's just chilling. The wave's pushed into tower. He's not going to be very careful with his mana, as we said. So why not pick up these hearts? It's not like you're going to cause an issue elsewhere. Pick up the mana, help out your teammate. Look at that mana regen on Allied now. It's gone up again. So he's standing far enough back to keep an eye on Allied here. He's not going to get much closer. Why? Because Shadow Q is Sylvanas. If he gets much closer, is there a chance he can get pulled into tower? Yes. If he gets pulled into tower, what happens next? Well, root. He could be rooted into a pull, he could be pulled into a root, then Madman Mark hits him with an axe, and then he's going to take a full combo from Ul, plus the tower shots, he'll be dead in no time. So he's going to play very, very passive here. But at the same time as playing passive and just playing further back, he's not losing experience in this lane right now. But he's close enough that if Allied does get himself in trouble, he can quickly charge in, double taunt, get Allied out of the problem. Allied should have his flutter if he does get picked up there, to be able to get out. So what would probably happen, worst case scenario, Shadow Q lands a root or a pull. That moment Incon charges in, will charge up his preemptive strike, and then charge in, taunt them both, give Allied that opportunity to escape. So he's actually still in range to help out his teammate, even though he's playing very defensive and far back. Still not used any mana yet in this lane. That's 2 ways of experience. We've not seen him use a single skill. We've seen him use 1 skill, and that was right at the start of the game to bring down the red buff. Other than that, he's quite happy just to chill in this lane. Not scared of auto-attacking these minions down to help out Cupid. Cupid takes a little bit of while to bring him down. Then he backs up, semi-backs up. Again, notice how he's keeping that range. Keeping that range. This is something I'm going to talk about because this is area of influence, okay? What is Athena's area of influence? Well, when she dashes, she'll probably get to about here, right about now. And then she's got the taunt range, which is about to here. This sort of area here, just past these minions, is her taunt range if she stood around here. So that's Athena's area of influence right now, from where she stood. What's Shadow Q's area of influence? Well, just with his auto attacks from where he stood right now, it's about here. About here is the area of influence with auto attacks, but what's his pull range? His pull range should be just past these minions here, just on the backside of these minions. So he's got a bigger area of influence than Incon without having to move. Incon has to move, really, with that preemptive strike to get in range. So he's trying to stay out of this. You notice how Allied is out of this area of influence right now? Remember the area of influence of God's abilities, because God's abilities is where they actually can affect you and actually do damage to you. So Incon's going to play this passive. He's not going to walk up and get too close and risk any free damage. Is there going to be a chance for him to push that wave into tower? Yeah, I guess, but do you have to? Not right now. Notice how Shadow Q and Madman Mark can play this very safe in lane. They've not gone aggressive, they just want to farm up and play safe. But that, at the same time, Incon wants to do the same thing because he's not got much mana. You see how every single time Incon's cleared the wave or whatever, he's popping the preemptive strike. It doesn't cost you mana to charge it. Remember that. It doesn't cost you mana to charge it, but what it says is that I have it charged. If you go to engage, I can engage on you, or I can disengage immediately and dash away. Is it worthwhile trying to go aggressive on me? Probably not, because I'll escape the moment that happens. As soon as you try to go aggressive, I'm just going to dash away, and you've wasted mana for free. So he's charging it up, he's going to keep pushing them back, because now they're afraid of this area of influence again. Why? Because the shield's charged. So what will they do? They won't come any more forward, they'll continue backing up to the tower, they don't want to get minion aggro. They're just going to poke the minion wave down again. Not scared to charge it up, but at the same time, because he's charging it doesn't mean he's going to spam it out there either. A lot of players like to just spam it out there and use it because they think they've got an opportunity. Pretty much a passive lane so far. And his positioning against his AD carry as well, he's always way, way away from Allied. That's the first time we've seen him use the ability in lane. Why? Why was that different than any other wave right now? That's the thing you have to think about as a support player. Why was this wave more important to get down as quick as possible? Because mid-harpies are coming. We're 22 seconds out until the first mid-harpies of the game spawn. Can Shadow Q rotate immediately right now? Yes, he can. But if he does so, will he lose experience off this wave? Yes, he will. Why? Because Incon's tagged and killed all this creep wave. Shadow Q is not hit any of these creeps yet. Remember, the tag time is only 5 seconds as well. So what he'd have to do is tag all these minions. Madman Mark has to bring them all down. Then Sylvanas has to rotate. And remember, Sylvanas is slower than Athena on rotations. He's like the second slowest in the game after Ymir, or maybe he's equal speed with Ymir. But now Incon's available to leave immediately. He knows his AD carries safe when he's leaving. Why? Because there's no minions to farm. He's not losing any experience in this lane either. Why? Because there's no minions in the lane anymore. And now he's going to be on time early for these mid-harpies, and he's going to be able to set himself up perfectly. Shadow Q, if you notice on the screen right now, you can see him on the map. He's just leaving lane now. He will make it here in time, but Incon's in a much better position to set up the situation around here and be ready for these mid-harpies spawning. And now Allied would have made the call to him that Shadow Q did not actually leave the lane. Shadow Q is going to stay in the lane, which means Incon and the rest of Complexity can realise they have an opportunity that if there is a fight, they're going to have a man advantage because Shadow Q is not going to be here. 3 minutes spawn immediately. There we go, straight to the shield drop. Notice how he waits. He could have, as soon as he landed the shield wall there, he could have just hogged immediately. Why does he not hog? He's not under any threat. Why is he not under any threat? He knows there's 2 people in mid lane. He knows Cyclone's on the right hand side and Scylla's in lane because Scylla's being seen by the minions right now. Remember, you can't always see what I'm seeing on the map here. We don't get this overview sort of thing, but what you can do is work out whether minions can see them and also if teammates can see them. If that's the case, then you know where people are. So, he doesn't immediately hog, he waits for weaken to make sure they both share the experience. He's saving the hog as well. That means he doesn't need to use the hog here. Just because you have hog doesn't necessarily mean you have to use it. It means it can be more useful elsewhere in the game. Maybe you could hog a minion wave in mid, maybe you can hog back harpies. Now look at this little play. I like this little play out of Incon. He's chilling. Why is he chilling? Well, he's got his ultimate available. He's also trying to see if they can get a pick on mid lane. Mid lane's not there, unfortunately. And if he needs to, he can just dash in, taunt, and cause an issue. Instead, he realises there's nothing there, so instead of hiding around the corner, he's going to go into the minion wave. He's going to soak up this experience while he's here alongside Weaken and Kiki. And now he's looking around to see what's next on the objective list for him. Well, he can see Allied's being pushed in under the left-hand side. There's a full minion wave there for him. Does Incon need to go back to base right now? No. Does he have his ultimate online? Yes. So he's going to go over to left-hand side right now, probably soak this experience up before he goes back to base. Check out his gold as well, 1247. We're checking with Shadow Q. Take into account as well, I just want to point this out. He's got 300, I think it was like 250 on it? 250, 300 gold spare. Because of the fact that he didn't go back and get the other 3, actually it's 3 mana potions. It was 200 and something. 250 I'm going to say. So that 250 there, you see, he should be at about 1,000 right now. And Shadow Q is at... Where's Shadow? Where's Shadow Q? Shadow Q's at in 1195. But he did stay in lane longer and soaked more experience in the lane. Sorry, not my experience, but gold in that lane because of the 2 extra minion waves probably that have just gone down. He should be able to soak back up again at Incon here. If he can get here in time, he'll get 3 more creeps here and continue the lead of gold. Which is the difference between the two because of those mana potions at the start. So no threat to have to go back to base just yet because he's got good mana and HP. Is there any threat of a Gold Fury right now? No. Is there any threat of the mid-harpies being done right now? No. Is the team going to be communicating enough to keep an eye out for rotations coming through? Yes. Does that mean he has to go back this second to get wards? No, he doesn't. What's he doing in this wave now? Once again, he feels like he's got mana. Now, look at that. The moment he's cleared that wave, there's no threat in the lane, so he turns his attention elsewhere. He knows there's a fight going on the right-hand side. So immediately, after he's pushed that wave out, he's now looking across the map to see what's going on. Can he influence this fight? Can he help out his teammates? Cyclone's going in deep, and immediately, he sees that, and he jumps over there. He turns up. He turns up, and this is a thing as a support player that you have to get used to. Sometimes you'll be facing the wrong direction when you get here as Athena, and you have to instantly realize the situation. Quick 180, realises the full disengage, Cyclone would have called that too, but now that he's on this side of the map, they're trying to get something out of this as well. It's going to be a 4v3 scenario on this side, and now they're going to try and look to invade the speed buff. Let's see how Incon plays this one out. Just Incon. Got to just use auto attacks down to help bring it down a little bit quicker. Now he realises Cyclone has started the blue, he's going to support Cyclone if he can. Cyclone can't get the blue down. I'm not sure he did there. I think we saw Xing pick that one up. And then immediately rotates mid lane. 2 people slightly overextended here. They're looking for a bit of aggression. Not going to find anything. Incon once again soaks experience. So what did he do there? Well, he soaked experience of the speed buff after the rotation. He soaked experience mid lane on his rotation through. The red buff is now available and he's going to probably go over there and start that one up. As you can see. Has he based yet? No. Did he need to base just yet? No, he didn't. Why? Because the rest of the team has started buying wards or recalled as well. Will he go back to base soon? I expect we'll see Incon go back to base after red and purple, just to make sure he gets his boots online, at the same time as get ready with a sentry ward. We'll see if he does that though. So he starts his buff off, but he had communication with the team before he did. He didn't drop it solo to get solo experience. He is sharing the experience all the time. Shares it with Weaken in this case. Drops it, leaves it for Kiki, turns his attention to the purple buff. Allied's going to have pushed out that lane by the time this one drops. We'll see if they actually wait for Allied to turn up here. They should do. Expect they will. There you go. Allied's going to turn up. Soak the experience 3 ways, and there's the recall from Incon. The jungle is clear. There's no threat to for the team to be able to get aggressed on right now. They have decent positioning for themselves. They're going to quickly go back to base. Is he losing experience anywhere right now? Maybe back Harpies. Are they really his Harpies though? Nah, he's fine. Back to base, full boots online. Now this is one thing in the game that I'm going to speak to Incon about afterwards, because he went straight for the reinforced shoes, and he's been a big proponent of cooldown reduction on Athena. Cooldown boots especially, just because, you know, cooldown boots very, very effective against, on Athena, allows her to lower her cooldowns on both Taunt and the Defender of Olympus, makes it a little bit more viable for her. Cooldown is very, very strong. However, he chose reinforced greaves and reinforced shoes, or sorry, should I say, in this one. I believe the reason he's done that is because of crowd control reduction. More than anything, every single one of them has very, very heavy CC on that team. They have the Roots, they have Axe from Uld, they have Whirlpools, which is a cripple, they've also got Scylla, which is a cripple, they've also got Bakasura, which is a cripple. Now those cripples do hurt Athena just because she can't use a preemptive strike when she's in them, so she can get herself caught into bad situations and not escape. If she gets caught out, the only way she could get out of that is using her ultimate to disengage. So maybe going for the reinforced shoes here, the reason he did that was because of the crowd control reduction. I'm pretty sure Incon himself will let us know why he chose that, if somebody asks him. Back to base. I just want to check out, did he sell those health potions? It looks like he did. Just want to see why he sold the health potions to work out exactly what went on. So back to base with 1800 gold, 1750. Down to 300 right now. Does 300, got 2 health potions as well. What else does he do? Hog 2. Now that should drop the gold amount, should it not? Right, so he's down to 30 gold here. And now he's going to sell one of the health potions because it'll give him enough to be able to get 2 wards instead of 1. So he sold 2 health potions there to get Hog 2 as well as 2 wards. Is that a really bad thing? No. Has this lane been aggressive? No. Does he have to worry about taking too much more poke? Not at the moment. He's got full boots online. Remember, this is still the same sort of situation you saw in Season 1 with the support role. Once you have your boots online, you kind of stop dropping off buying these potions for sustain. Just like Midas boots. If you remember before you had full Midas boots online, you would always buy potions to sustain yourself. But after you got Midas boots, you should be relying on the fact that you'll be recalling off and you've got the mobility to go back to base and get back to lane. To not be going for the sustain potions by that point. You want to be dropping off on them. So he's going to sell those 2. I totally agree with that. He's going to get 2 wards out of it. At the moment, if he chose not to, he would have been able to get 2 wards, but would he have been able to get Hog 2? No. Hog 2 is still viable and very, very useful. Lowers the cooldown of your Hog, obviously. And he can actually do a little bit more to clearing out the Gold Fury. Back to lane he goes straight away. He turns up in lane. The minion wave is in central position. But look at this. Look at this priority. Look at the priority right now. See the priority? See how the priority was here with the ultimate? He thought about it. I'm going to watch that back because that was really cool. You actually see him consider the option of ulting him. He considers the option of ulting him. He doesn't know. But notice how he was going to quite happily miss a minion wave to save the teammate. This is the job of a support. This is why supports may seem the lowest level. This is why they may go unnoticed for what they actually do on the team. And sometimes people are like, why didn't you ult? Well, I addressed the situation, I looked at the situation, and I found you lacking in the ability to survive, so I chose not to ultimate. As soon as I see him turn, we're going to watch. So he's in the minion wave right now. He's about ready to farm it. He's waiting for allied. He knows mid harpies are up. Pause. Straight now he's looking at Kiki. Like, Kiki, should I ult you? Should I ult you? Are you out? Yeah, it is Zhonghui. He's looking. Then he gets hit by the Kraken. And before he's even ulted, he's like, I think he's dead anyway. If I ult in, it's probably a waste. Is it worth me going? He's looking again. He's still thinking about it. No, I think he's dead. Forget it. He's dead. Push hard. Quick. Boom. Push, 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 push. Immediately, now he realizes mid-harpies are coming up too. They're going to be going for them, but he's still not scared to go for these mid-harpies. Look who's coming with him as well because of that hard push. Allied is on his back. He's going on his back right now to rotate for these mid-harpies, see if they can pick them both up again. Good news, friends. Nobody's here to deal with them. Allied soaks experience, he soaks experience. And then where does he go straight after that? Well, he's going to rotate mid lane. Why is he going to rotate mid lane? Because Kiki is dead. So he can soak the experience in mid lane while Kiki is away from the lane. And he could also support Weaken, who's a little bit overextended here. He's got backup with Allied coming in. They've also got Cyclone coming in. Notice how he's not always going in. Have we actually seen him use this preemptive strike aggressively yet? Have we actually seen him use it? I haven't. He's been charging it, but he's not actually used it. The threat of using it can also put the fear of God into people. Charging it means you're ready for a fight. It doesn't mean just because it's charged you have to go in. Remember that. Once again, charging, cancelling, charging, cancelling. Mid lane's pushed out. Kiki's on his way back. There's no more farm here for him to do. Is there a chance for him getting picked if he sticks around? Yes. So he leaves the engagement area, disengages to a safe distance. There's no reason to be there. Allied's going to go back left, and Incon's going to hover. Why is Incon going to hover? Well, he's wanting to see what's happening with Sylvanas. He wants to see what's happening with Poseidon. He wants to see what's going to happen with Bakasura, because at the moment, there's 3 in middle lane. Now, there's a ward here that Sylvanas just passed over, so he knows Sylvanas isn't here anymore. Sylvanas is gone. He's going to be rotating back left. But he's still going to hang around. Why? Because Kiki's not actually back in lane just yet. Macy's going to push this one in. So what can Incon do? Well, he can hold the wave. If he's needed to. At the same time as hold the wave, he's also going to be able to soak experience from Kiki. He's helped out Kiki there. Let Kiki stack up. The only time he used the dash, the only time you've seen him use preemptive strike was to help Kiki clear the wave. Why would that help him clear the wave? Well, you know that when you apply the card, you want to give it a tick or two before you use the exorcism because then that'll finish off the creep. So dashing through that brings it up earlier. Learn the other gods when you play your gods and you'll know a lot more about the game. Be able to work him out. Cupid's getting ganked on the left-hand side right now. Look at Incon. He knows it. Straight in there. Straight in there. There was no hesitation on that one either. Did you notice that? The one in middle lane, there was hesitation because he wasn't sure if he was going to make it worthwhile. This time, there was no hesitation. He gets himself here. Now, he knows there's a rotation coming out from his teammates. He knows Allied is probably out of the fight. He's going to have to heal himself up. But he's still going to continue chasing this one down as much as he can. See if he can get involved. Weaken comes in. There's the ring. Shadow Q's in trouble. He dashes in. Drops the full combo, Taunt Shadow him. Boom. Why was Incon not scared of the Kraken? He sat in a whirlpool. Was he scared of eating some damage from the whirlpool? Nope. Was he scared of a Kraken? No. Why was he not scared of a Kraken? Well, because in mid lane he saw the Kraken go down a few seconds ago, which should show the Kraken is on cooldown, unless I am mistaken. Oh, look at that. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. They pick up Shadow Q. What does this make available to them now? Let's find out. So they've pushed out the wave. There's a new wave coming in. They pick up a kill. Incon gets himself on the board for his first assist of the game. A little bit lower on mana, charging the preemptive strike again, just to show threats, just to show presence, just to increase his area of influence every single time. We keep talking about area of influence. It's a big thing. So Incon's rotating around the back because there's nothing to do here. He's looking to try and help out his team. He's going to probably consider doing something, but I think he was thinking about going back Harpies or just maybe rushing the Gold Fury they were thinking about with Shadow Q being dead. But then the pick up in mid lane on Kiki means that there's no availability once again. So this time 1 sentry, 2 wards online for him. Going to take the back Harpies on the way back. Notice how he's put 3 points into his shield wall, 4 into his taunt, so he's maxing them pretty much equidistant. He started off maxing the shield wall first, but 3 points should be enough to really burst them down. Full 5 points will pretty much clear it with 1 hit left. But with just 3 points, notice how he doesn't use his Hog on that back camp there. Why? Because it's Hog 3 now, and you don't want to be using Hog 3 when the Gold Fury is available. You want to make sure you've got your Hog 3 available for every single Gold Fury, so you don't use it other than for the Gold Fury. There's nothing more important than the Gold Fury right now at this stage of the game. Hog 3 is only for the Gold Fury, nothing else. Now, let's notice something here that's actually really, really interesting. You dropped a normal ward. See that? You dropped a normal ward. Why would you drop a normal ward there when you've got a sentry? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? The reason you do that is to check what the enemy's got. The reason you do that is to make sure the enemy doesn't drop a sentry, have a sentry down already. Maybe there was a sentry here already and he doesn't know it yet. Would he have wasted his sentry by dropping it first of all? Well, maybe he would have got their sentry first of all, but then they would have gone back to base and started with the sentries. But Incon now has control of the buff with the ward that he's got. He doesn't know if they've got vision of it right now, but it's not a threat to him right now. They're not going for a Gold Fury right this second. Why not? Because there's no one dead. There's no opportunity for it. Just dropping this ward gives him control around the area. The position he's dropped it as well. I know it's kind of a rushed one, but he's still going to get vision of people rotating through mid to this area, and the same from people rotating from duo to this area. So it's still providing more vision than just the Gold Fury area as well. His decision to drop a normal ward here, I'd like, just because he's going to be able to put the sentry ward down the moment they put one down. And it means he's going to get more cost efficiency out of his sentry ward than just drop it for a normal ward and then they come back and unward it as well and lose control. So he's chilling mid, because he's not sure. Maybe there's a ward here. There isn't, but maybe there's a ward here. He's trying to hug the edge of the wall as much as possible and stay out of view. But what he can do is, if the Shadow Q or Mace to the face walk up to the minion wave to go aggressive, they can try and turn the table back on them. This is why he's standing around the corner. He's not just walking into lane. They've not seen him yet. They have now, but they realise they're not going to go too far forward. So Incon shows himself to help protect in case they come any closer. Stays in minion range, didn't actually waste his time trying to hit the minions that time. He's quite happy to. And now with that, he's going to rotate straight for the back red buff to drop it for Kiki. Look who's alongside him. Weaken and Kiki sharing experience once again with the junglers. Straight over to the purple buff. Or does he? Yeah, they're going to do purple. Oh, that's nice. There was a call here that they dropped a ward in this area. So he drops the sentry here to clear out the enemy ward. So now they've got no control around this sort of area. They know they've got no vision. Now the good thing about having no vision here now and the sentry ward being here, this is one that you have to think about placing, but it's good depending on your jungler. Okay, it's good depending on your jungler, this ward, because think about Odin. Odin has to walk in. A lot of the other junglers will have abilities to like just zoom down the lane, like Mercury could just like run through the lanes. You have to ward differently. You've got ones like Circuit that can bounce and skip away. You've got Loki with vanishes, Ao Kuang with vanishes too to skip over wards. But with Odin, he literally has to walk through the lane to be able to be seen. So clearing this ward out now puts a threat on them pushing anywhere in this lane because Odin could just walk through this area, jump on them, cause them an issue. Notice how he just left Ally to do his own buff. Why? Because Ally will get solo experience from that. Plus, he's going to get mid-harpies again. Incon's been there for every mid-harpy so far. 3 times in a row. 3, 6, 9. That's the spawn times. Add a few seconds on for the drop of them as well. So 9:44 is when they got dropped then, roughly. 9:33. 43 more than likely. And the wall coverage of the Gold Fury is still fine. They've still got vision of it. He's not gone back to base for ward yet. Is he still soaking experience while randomly walking through the jungle? Yeah. Did he soak mid lane? He soaked red buff. He rotated back for mid-harpies. And now he's rotating back to duo again. Now he's going to turn up to the lane, but he's not going to go straight aggressive. Why is he not going to go straight aggressive? Why is Incon just not going to dive in here? Well, he's going to see if they're going to go aggressive and counter-engage. Why is he looking for the counter-engage? Because they don't know he's here. Why don't they know he's here? Because this ward is here. Bad news for Incon, though. He doesn't know there's a ward here and he stepped on it, so they know he's about. But if this ward wasn't here, right? This play from Incon is very, very intelligent. He's not showing himself because he's creating a zone of influence because they know he's around here now. And Incon should know that they have some sort of ward placement by how passive they're being. Terry knows how passive they're being. They're like, yeah, they're really passive. I'll be like, they're really passive. I don't know why. But then Mark walks up. He immediately jumps away. He knew the moment that Incon turned up, he was there. And everybody gets out of dodge. So they got Blink off Shadow Q. And I like how he backs up here. Why does he back up immediately? The call comes through, the Poseidon's missing mid, and where he roughly should be. That's where those pings are from Kiki. Instead of going aggressive on this buff and continue to try and drop it, they disengage the buff. They're not sure where Poseidon is. They don't like the situation. Kiki's not going to be here for the fight. They've not got eyes on Scylla. They've not got eyes on Bakasora either. So instead of trying to engage this, they start trying to peel away. What can Incon do here? Not a lot. He's got everything on cooldown right now apart from his ultimate. So he's looking at the fight. But there's not a lot he can do. Not a lot he can do. He just looks threatening. He looks threatening, but they should know, because of the cooldowns we're at the pro level, they should know he just uses taunt, so he's not got anything available. Good disengage from them. Good decision not to stay in and try and steal the buff. A lot of players seem to stay around that buff and not really think things through. Now they're going to look to go back in again. Why? Because they're putting pressure on by trying to invade again, because the minion wave has now been pushed. They're back in a safer situation. It's still a 4v3, worst case scenario. Best case scenario could be a 4v3 as well. And they're looking for something. They're looking for whatever they can. They feel strong now. They're going to go for the Gold Fury. They don't know this vision from the enemy team. But what they do have is Odin. They have Odin with this ring. And why are they doing this now? This is nothing to do with support play. This is team play more than anything. What did Shadow Q use earlier? Shadow Q used his blink. Shadow Q used his blink and it's a 90-second cooldown. When did he use his blink? Well, remember that little gank attempt from Incon in lane? Shadow Q blinked out of the taunt. And when he blinked out of the taunt, he put that on cooldown for 90 seconds. Which means how the hell can their Hog 3, if he's got it, which he doesn't, get in here and steal it away? He can't. He can't. They don't even have a Hog 3 right now. The best they've got is a Hog 1. Is this a free Gold Fury then? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As soon as the Gold Fury goes down, he looks for more aggression. His team don't seem interested, though, as we can see on the map. But he gets a good taunt off. The ring was still up, so he only pulls him into the ring. There was no follow-up, and everyone disengages. Notice that there was no messing around from Incon there as well when he disengaged. He taunted, realised we weren't doing anything else, and left. He just walked straight back. There was no turning around to see if anybody was looking at his nice, beautiful behind. He was just literally leaving to get back to the safety of his tower to recall back to base once again. Now, he knows there's a fight going on. Did you hear that noise? Did you hear that noise? I heard that noise. Check this out. Check this out. This was nice. I like this. And this is the strength from Athena. An Athena that knows what she's doing and understands the situation as well. So we saw all this bit. Then what else did we see from the team? Let's see. So, as Incon's going back to base, he recalls somewhere safe. He sees Sylvanas. He sees Sylvanas. And he sees where his team is. He can see that Odin and Cupid are overextended here. And the moment he lands, listen. Straight back. Has he bought an item? No. Has he done anything since he's gone back to base? No. He's just going straight back in to save his team. Straight back in. Oh my god, did he really do that? Yo, that's hype. Okay, I'm really surprised by that, but that's so cool. That is an advanced tactic, I'm going to call it, because that's not easy to do. What he did was get back to base, look at the teammate, ult them, open the shop menu up, buy the items while he's channeling his ultimate, and then leave. Boom! Welcome to the party, Incon. I've now got Iron Mail online. Didn't think about everything. He didn't have time to buy everything he wanted to. He probably would have wanted 2 wards there as well, but he got Sentry and he got Iron Mail online, so he's tankier. Turns around into the fight. He's looking for a target immediately. We'll try and slow this one down, I think. We'll slow it down. So he turns up, he's not sure what's going on. He sees the whole situation. He's got to make decisions immediately. Is Ally probably dead? Yes. He's going to be running into trouble. But what can he do? What can he influence right now? Can he help allies escape? Potentially. Could he charge in here, taunt these 2 targets? Yes. Could he take Madman Mark out of the fight to make sure he's not going to be an influence? Yes. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He ignores Madman Mark. And he realises this fight is not going well. Weaken's in trouble. We don't know if Weaken's got shield up. He gets hit by the cripple, but he charges preemptive strike. Is he looking to help out Odin here? Nope. Why is he not trying to help out Odin? Because Odin's already made the call. Odin's already made the call that he had leap available. Now it's Incon, the one that's in trouble here, going to get turned attention to. Charges the charge up again. Preemptive strike, gets out, turns round immediately, and looks at the fight. Can he help out anybody else? He doesn't feel confident enough to. There's too many people here. There's nothing for him to do. Is he going in to sacrifice his life to try and taunt out for Cyclone? No. What's he doing? Just going to clear out these minions in the front. There's nothing else for him to actually do. So they lose a kill. Was that a big play from Incon? Nah. Was it a smart play from Incon? Yeah. Now he's going to back away to his tower. Notice how he does this as well. Is he doing the crazy thing of like, guys, don't worry, I'm still on good health, still got my taunt available, we can still defend this tower? He tries to threaten with preemptive strike. He goes for the threat with preemptive strike. Does he charge in? Does he charge in against 4 targets? No. But the preemptive strike is enough to force them all away. The charging of that forces them back. Why does it force them back? Well, think about the backup he's got. He's got Cyclone Spin and Weaken with him. And if he gets a good taunt off, well, he's going to go straight into the Fear No Evil as well. So his threat of charging preemptive strike forced him to move back. Putting points into shield wall earlier on means that he's going to clear that wave out, which he just did. With the threat, he managed to create a zone which allowed his team to get full control of the tower back again. They could have lost the tower there. They didn't lose the tower there. Now Incon's gone back to base. Sorry, Incon went back to base a second ago, bought items, so he doesn't need to go back again. What's he going to do with this next wave? You know, he said he's not pushed out against 2 people. He's sat on the tower like, well, I'm just going to sit here and wait. Will he clear the full wave? Nope. What's he doing, though? He's prepping them. Why is he prepping them? Allied's on his way back. Notice how he's taking a lot of damage for free. Well, fine. He still gets a level out of it, but Allied gets his farm still. Allied didn't really miss much in that engagement. He lasted like 1 wave. He's going to be back in time. So, Incon goes back to base again because he took a bit of damage from the poke from the minions. Continues working on his sovereignty. Going to be in time for mid-harpies again. Holy mother of God, has Incon got every single one of these left-hand mid-harpies? He has, you know. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So far, we've been to 12. That's 4 in a row. Incon's been on time for his mid-harpies, or got them in time. Soak up experience in mid once again. Has he been a highlight reel player in this game? No. But has he done his job? Yes. Have we seen many mistakes? I mean, look at this. Ultimate again. Looking for help. Looking for support. Turns up to the fight looking for a gank opportunity now. Why can he afford to go for this gank? Just to be clear, because Athena has aggression and defense at the same time. She uses her ult defensively and aggressively to support teammates. This is an aggressive ultimate looking for a pick right now onto Xing. Why can she afford to do this? Let's think about things. Is there anything else on the map that is contestable that she could lose by coming over here? That's the thing you have to think about as a support player. If I rotate over here with my ultimate, could they do the Gold Fury? Yes or no? Answer, no. Why can't they do the Gold Fury? Because it's still down. Is Allied safe in lane? Yes. Is there any of my jungle up that they could steal away? Yeah, there's a red buff. But that's about it right now. Is this an opportunity for us to get a kill and to put my team ahead and get involved? Yes. Should I go for it? Why the hell not? Bad news is, he gets out and just backs up. But he's not leaving the fight. You know he's not leaving the fight? Why is he backed up so far? Well, Incon's got nothing. He can't even use the threat of his preemptive strike deck he keeps doing to scare people and to create a zone. Why? Because it's on cooldown. So instead of fully leaving the fight, he's waiting for his cooldown sitting on the back line. Is there any point in being on the front line right now and taking free damage for no reason? No. Is he going to be, if he's on the front line and protecting his teammates, is he giving them any aura like sovereignty? No, he's not. Is there a reason to be on the front line right now? No, there isn't. Still waiting on cooldowns. Notice how he's just ignoring Shadow Q? Just ignoring Shadow Q. The moment his preemptive strike comes off cooldown, he's up with it straight away. Looking. Going to be looking for the dash as soon as possible. Notice how he's ignoring Best right now. He hits Best with it. Throws out the reach. He knows Taunt's coming up soon. Has he really done anything in this engagement? Not really. He used preemptive strike. Why? Because that's all he had. Shadow Q's leaving. Throws out auto attacks. Lands a taunt. Didn't go for shield wall there. Just went for taunt. Just went for taunt immediately. Now he drops the shield wall. Why can you drop the shield wall after the taunt in these situations? Because you've got your taunt max now. So the taunt being max is 2 seconds. Plus your teammates are going to help you out and body block to keep him pinned in inside. That's a dead Shadow Q. It should be. It should be. Stays in. Not scared to throw out auto attacks. Pick up the kill. Full disengage. Low on mana. Low on mana. But what does Madman Mark know? He doesn't know if he's got taunt available. Doesn't know if he's got shield wall available. Doesn't know if he's got preemptive strike available. So what does Mark have to do? Back up. I was quite happy to eat that poke. He's not scared of eating a little bit of poke like that. Pick up the poke, the health again. Why? Allied needs some sustain once again. Plus Incon needs some health. Jolly good. Is he looking to base right now? Has he got enough mana? What's he got available? This is the thing. If you can know the cooldowns and you know the mana cost of a god, you can see their mana bar and go, he's probably got enough for 1 or 2 abilities. So let's check it out. 100 mana online right now. How much does a taunt cost? 80. How much does preemptive strike cost right now? 60. Can he do both? No. Can he drop a shield wall and a taunt? No. So he's only got time for 1 ability here. If you can work that out based off Incon's level, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. You only know he's got 1 threat to you right now. But we'll see if he can create a threat just by walking in there. He can, you know. He can. Him and Weaken together help create that threat. He's not just sat here watching this fight, he's actually hitting the tower. It may not seem like a lot of damage, but every single hit to the tower helps to bring it down. As soon as the tower drops, he disengages. Remember this as well. This is a team game, so the call would have been to leave immediately. But as a support player as well, as a support player, as the front line, you generally are the one that should be leading a team most of the time in your games if you're in solo queue or whatever. So if you start spamming retreat and immediately leave, show that you are leaving the engagement, your teammates should follow you. If they stick around, that is their issue most of the time, unless the rest of the team has all made a call to end or something like that. But right now is a full disengage from the team. Immediately leave, turn around, doesn't even hesitate, even uses his dash to get away straight away. Not going to waste time in that engagement any longer. Doesn't want to get picked. Even though his teammates hung around a little bit longer than him, he didn't care. He was like, look, the call was to get out, I got out. Nothing much more to worry about. A call comes out for the Fire Giant from Denial now. You can see this on the map. Immediately, Incon goes back to base because he's looking for full mana. He's also going to get Sovereignty online. At the same time, he's not scared of them doing this. Why? Because he's Athena once again. Why? Because his ultimate's up in 4 seconds. Gets Shell as well. Going to try and get there without having to use his ultimate if he can. Realises he's not going to make it. So turns up to the party. Slow down. Turns up. Assesses the situation. He's got like, this is like half speed. So now he would see the situation. They're not on go. They're not on Fire Giant anymore. What can I do? Okay, there's the targets. Start creating a zone once again. Zone created. Immediately by him just dunking in. Clear out the ward. Full control again. That was with the sentry ward that he just picked up. Immediately went there, got sentry down. Full cover of the Fire Giant once again. Now they're going to start it up. Now, we'll talk about how they actually tank this one, because it's going to be interesting to see how they choose to tank it. A lot of people having trouble with the Fire Giant and how to tank it up. It should basically be one person stood off to the side tanking it, and the rest of the team killing it without taking any damage. Incon's Juke Boots are good here. They're trying to bring it down as quick as they can, but as soon as they see the engagement coming through, they disengage. Now, this wasn't really a proper engagement. What was it? It was Incon and it was Weaken doing the Fire Giant. Are those two realistically going to be the gods to kill it? No. It should be Allied, should be there, and so should Cyclone, but what are they doing right now? Well, they're off split pushing. You can see Kiki's zoned out the best and forcing the best back to base right now. Cyclone's creating a zone of influence and Allied's pushing up mid lane. But Cyclone gets the grass done. The all-in from Shin comes out. Not the greatest taunt in the world from Incon there, but he didn't know that the ult was coming out. Remember, we're in slow-mo. He tried to taunt Shin immediately. His taunt's now on cooldown. There's not a lot he can do, so he's hanging back. Waiting for his preemptive strike, waiting for his shield wall. Who's his target going to be? Focuses Shadow Q now. Why Shadow Q? Because he's out of position now. There's nothing for him to do. He makes the call for Shadow Q, goes aggressive on him. Now, this is where we start to see the appeal and the engagement coming out from Incon in this fight. Look at this. There's a fight breaking out on the back. They're looking to pick up Xing. Is he interested in Xing? No. Is he going to try and kill them? Well, it is Incon. Normally he likes to kill in blows, but not in this game. What's he doing? Creating a zone. Creating a zone for his team. Like, hey boys, you stand there, I'm going to taunt you. Do you know my taunt's not on cooldown? No? Well, it is, but you don't know that right now. So let's find out what you do next. Look at this. Now your taunt's up. And immediately, he goes for the best. Lands the taunt on him. Into the shield wall. Notice how he was taunting to shield wall. The most important focus is taunt first and shield wall at these stages. I know shield wall taunt is the best combo for damage, but you're not the damage dealer, you're a frontline tank. Does his combo, and what does he do then? Leaves. Why is he leaving? Because if he groups with his teammates, they could all get hit by Crush. Will he get E3 burst damage? Yes. Is there anything else Incon can do right now? No, there isn't. So why the hell stick there and just take free poke damage? If he stays alive, can they still do Fire Giant based off the getting these kills? Yes. So what's he going to do? Disengage. Disengages, repositions himself, watches the fight, waits for his cooldowns to come back up again. Looks at the whole situation, sees the fight going on amongst himself. Probably shot calling from the back here. Calling for the Fire Giant now, and the team immediately goes for it. Looks at his teammates, looks at the HP bars, makes sure they're all still coming before he starts this, then pulls it. Drags it to one side. Jukes out the ability, tanks it again. Disengages it because he knows he's going to take poke. A little bit too much there, Incon, though. And now he stays out of this. I don't think we'll see him go back in again, just because he's scared of taking the poke. But he'll charge his preemptive strike and wait. No, he won't. He's going to take more poke. Oh, Incon. Oh, Incon. No. He's waiting, hesitating. He's not going in for autos. He's not trying to get aggro. Trying to make sure he can get in here for the Hog 3. Messy Fire Giant from complexity overall, but they get it. So Incon is currently 007. He is James Bond in this game. James Bond is online right now. What has he really done? Has he really done any big plays? No. Did he really land any taunts that got loads of kills? No. Did he do some damage? No, but what's he done? Did it look hard what he did? Not really. Not really. Remember that. We know Incon's a good player. He makes it look easy, I guess, but at the same time, he's not had to make big plays all the time. Just because you're a support doesn't mean you have to make all these huge plays. You do your job correctly, you don't need to make the big plays. You let the rest of the team do the work. You just get on the front line, be a tank, cause some issues for the enemy team. Support your team. Support your team. So, immediately the Gold Fury is going down. They turn up to the fight. They've got Fire Giant online now. A little bit late from Incon. I say it's a little bit late, but it probably wasn't actually. Let me just check. I'll just see what his cooldown was. I don't want to say the wrong thing and say it was late when it wasn't. Back to base. Okay, your ultimate is up, but Kiki's not in a position to realise it's going on just yet. That's the reason it's not, terrible. The moment they realise it, it's almost too late. Kiki turns up. The moment Kiki turns that card, they're on Gold Fury. They're on Gold Fury. Kiki calls it. At that point, he's called it. They know he's there, so he immediately ults in Incon. So, when they turn up to the fight, what happens? Straight away into a taunt. Shadow Q, poof, dead. Or should be. Or should be. Now remember, the preemptive strike as well, all that we've seen a lot coming out from Incon is that he's been charging it. Has he been using it all the time? No. But what it also does is it does apply a slow. A 25% slow. The duration is only 1.25 seconds, but a slow is a slow, and it can cause issues. Don't be scared to spam that onto a person if you get the opportunity to slow them, just to keep your teammates in check. Now they're going to be able to aggress left-hand side. Notice he didn't buy any wards when he back to base there. Actually, I think his ward count's quite low for this game. Let's just quickly check that. I feel like his ward count is very low. He's not bought as many wards as you'd normally expect. 7? I mean, it is only 17 minutes in the game, but 7 wards does seem kind of low, but have his wards been useful? Yeah, they've been useful. All his sentries have actually picked up a ward in response every single time. So, he's setting up for pushing the towers down now. And this is where the towers start to crumble. Is he charging in there? Nope. Is there a reason to charge in there? Nope. What's he doing though? Attacking up the tower. Everything's good. He's got full shell online. They're looking for a pick if they can find one. He's got charge primed here. Okay, so engagement goes off. Weaken engages on the right, at the same time left hand side Shadow Q engages. What's Incon doing here? He's assessing the whole situation. He's trying to find a target to take out this fight, burn beads on or do something to as quickly as possible. What does it look like his target is right now? Well, it looks like Best. It looks like Best and looks like Mace. Both together. Both together. He's looking at the situation. He's trying to protect. He's zoning them by just existing. Now he realized Allied's in trouble. Now instead of going for his prime targets, he's looked at the situation again. He realizes Madman Monk might kill Allied here. So what's he going to do? He's looking at Allied. He's still looking for a pick. Still looking for an opportunity to do something. Can't find anything right now. Now he sees a double taunt opportunity. Lands the double taunt. Puts himself in a lot of danger, but still has shell. There's the shell pop immediately. Probably going to die for this, but will his team get more? That's the question. He does go down, but what do his team get off that? What do his team get after that? It was a support trade for an AD carry trade right now. We'll watch the rest of the fight. I think this one isn't good for complexity, honestly. I think they always slowly get picked up. Or do they? Oh my gosh, Incon goes down there. I forgot about that one. That's unfortunate. So Incon was a little bit messy there, but what he did do is he took out a major damage dealer. Remember, Hunters are very, very strong in this game right now. Hunters are really, really strong. And so taking him out of the fight means that they've got one less target to deal with. Have they got a support for engage? No. But what have they got instead? Well, they've still got Cyclone. And they've still got Kiki and Allied. So they've still got their full damage online. They've only lost their tanks. What's the enemy team got left? Well, they've only got 2 mages and Shadow Q available. Just a 3v3 against 2 damage dealers and a tank. That's it. That's all they've got. Just going to sit back and wait for Incon to spawn, pretty much. They don't get anything else out of this. Incon's back online. Let's see what he went back and got. He started working on Talisman right now. Also picked up a Sentry Ward. Didn't bother getting other wards, just got a Sentry. Where's his Sentry going to go? Fire Giant, more than likely. Ults in. Because he feels like we can get a kill. They do pick up a kill. We'll actually watch that again. Sorry. We'll slow it down on that one. The rewind is so long. Right. It's back online. Slow down. That's normal speed. Let's go. Can we face the right way, please, Incon? Incomplete. There we go. Cool. So, he's going to head over to the Fire Giant earlier on. Probably going to try and soak experience, but sees that Cyclone's still fighting. Sees that he can influence this fight and cause some issues for the team, so dunks him. We'll slow it down and see how the fight breaks out and what he does. Immediately, he lands. Now, do you see how his camera changes there? He does this with his camera. Why does he do this with his camera? He's trying to get his surroundings of what's going on. He's trying to work out exactly where he's facing. That's why his camera just went like that. It was a very quick little... Where am I? Oh, I'm in this part. Cool. And he's also looking to see potential targets. So immediately, he can see the threat. He can see the threat dead in front of him. That's the target they're looking for. It's going to be the best. Throws out the reach when he lands. You notice that? He threw out the reach before he did anything else. Oops, a daisy. Still got taunt. Turns his taunt on Madman Mark. Pulls Madman Mark as well with the taunt. Back towards him. Not scared to throw out auto attacks in this situation. Now he's on full cooldown. There's nothing else for him to do. So he's just going to continue to pressure with auto attacks and push the wave in a little bit more. 0-1-10 is Incon's score right now. Has he done anything crazy yet? No. Did he make a small mistake at the Phoenix? I guess. I mean, he was looking to zone out targets and took a lot of free damage from the Phoenix. But hey, you got to do that sometimes as a support. Not everyone's perfect. Now, He's got preemptive strike charged, and he's just sat here looking for the zone opportunity. Waiting for his teammates to group up, they're going to push him mid at the same time. So just keep an eye on his decision making here. The minions are in range, so he walks forward, so he's not got aggro. Is he scared to taunt here? Not at all. What's he going to get off the taunt? He was looking for the double, because if he hits Shing as well, he gets rid of Medjai's. Doesn't get it, but what he does get is Madman Mark. Throws out the reach, gets aggro. Why does he get aggro? You taunting does not give you aggro, but you hitting back does give aggro. Notice how he's using the reach passive whenever he can for free poke. It gave him the aggro, which means that ally can go more aggressive here. Still quite happy to tank this up. Doesn't mind taking too much poke damage. Madman Mark's going to go down because of this. And then Incon pops a shell. Pop shell because the other ultimates are coming in. His teammates are taking some free poke. He's got nothing he can do here apart from throw out auto attacks, so that's all he's going to do. When he realizes his whole team are out of tower range, he also leaves the tower range. He's still on decent enough health right now. They want to try and disengage this. They lost Cyclone. Oops, sorry, Cyclone was still dead, but they did pick up Madman Mark. Notice how he goes in with his team again when they realize they can get the kill onto Shing there. Oops, a daisy. Trying to speed this up a little bit. Still no cooldowns, but still not scared to stay in. Unfortunately, we can end up tanking longer. His taunt's up again. He'll be calling this to his team now, so keep an eye on the taunt. He'll be looking for it if he can see the opportunity. And there is 3-man taunt. Not good enough mana for anything else than a 3-man taunt. It's like, team, help me. I have 3-man taunted them, and they're suffering. And Kiki goes, rip. Ah, he doesn't. He gets hit by an Aegis. The Aegis is out, so it's cool. As soon as he realizes he's totally out of mana, as soon as he realizes they got the Phoenix, as soon as everything else has gone down in that fight, there's nothing else for Incon to be here for. He should be looking to disengage and go back to base. Is he turning around to support? No, he's just off, because there's nothing he can do. What he can do, though, is get back to base, buy a couple more items, again, continue working on Talisman, get another Sentry, we'll say keep that Sentry Ward, I guess he didn't put the other one down, and then come back with his ultimate if needed again. Fire Giant's up soon. But he's not going to go there solo. He's not got vision of the enemy team right now. He doesn't know where they are. Does he wander straight over to the Fire Giant pit right now? No. Why not? They've got the Fire Giant timer anyway. So if they're at the Fire Giant warding it, what's going to happen? Well, the potential is right now for Incon to get picked doing it solo. So what does he do instead? He waits for his teammates. What does he do while he's waiting for his teammates? Farm. See how he's still farming now? A good support player farming. Now that he's got Allied on his back and he's got Cyclone on that side of the jungle and Weaken's on his way too, now he'll rotate towards the Fire Giant. He goes to risky away, but there was a ping there. You see that ping there? Pretty sure that ping there was from Incon actually to say he heard Butcher Blades over the wall from Bakasora. So he drops the ward, he realizes there's no wall coverage, and now because they've got no wall coverage, his teammates are now with him. They're setting up for a siege attempt to look to try and find a pick. Eats a full combo. Unfortunate. It happens to us all. Charges preemptive strike again. Goes in. The focus is on Shadow Q here. Why is the focus on Shadow Q and no one else right now? Because Fire Giant. Has anybody else got Hog 3? Nope. Just Shadow Q. Shadow Q dies here. Is the Fire Giant technically free? Yep. So the focus is on Shadow Q. Full burst on him. Taunts him back in for the full damage. Shadow's not going anywhere. Can't even get his ultimate off until it's too late. Doesn't even get his ultimate off. Incon gets the kill. Takes a lot of poke here, but he's popped the shell to try and reduce the damage, which is good. Realising the whole situation now, he's low on HP, he's on full cooldown, so he disengages again. See how he disengages, then waits, then comes back in. Disengages, waits, comes back in. Why is he recalling? Why is he recalling? Because by the time his cooldowns are back up, he can ult back in, full health, full mana. Let's go again. Go team. Hey! So, Incon goes back to base. Looking straight away to charge the ultimate. Come back in again. Continue the aggression. Wombo, we're back in the fight. Charges up, Madman Mark gets taunted. There's no follow-up from his team though, but he gets a free beads. Now he's already tanking the tower, back at full health. Brings the tower down. As a support player, it's very important to make sure how often you go in and how often you come out of an engagement. There's no reason to stay in an engagement when you've got no cooldowns, that you're not providing anything else to your team. You're just existing there, probably taking free poke for no reason. The only time you should ever stay in an engagement is when you are tanking for your teammates. That's the only time you should ever probably stay in an engagement, is when you're tanking for them. Is Allied low on HP, let's say, and the Hunters are having a duel. You can't do anything because you're at mana, whatever, but you've got HP, you can body block. You body block the autos for your Hunter to win the trade if need be. They're the only sort of times, as a support player, you should stick around in the engagement. If you've not got got cooldowns. Disengaging means that you're taking less poke, which means you can come back in again. It's just like any other role with the disengaging and re-engaging. They all disengage and re-engage when their cooldowns are up. Why are you not doing the same thing as a support player? In this game, you can see Incon thinks this way all the time through. He disengages when he's got nothing, re-engages when he's got something. Back to Etchy again. There's no threat. This is a free fire jump. And he goes with base again. This will be his full talisman online and buys a sentry. Now, on his way back to this engagement again in mid lane, he goes mid lane to soak experience once again. Why does he not go straight to the right lane? Well, mid lane had some farm for him as well. Is he really losing anything by not going right straight away? No, but is he still going to turn up for right? Yes, he is. I just want to see, when did he put that sentry? He popped the sentry around here. I'm not sure why he chose that, just in case someone rotated around the back. He would have been better around here, I guess, but hey, he knows that himself. He dropped the tower, and already he's set himself up for his zone of influence. And now with Fire Giant online, the siege can begin. On this side, Incon's looking for picks. He's looking for potential targets. Weaken's happy to be the tank for his team. Incon's going to be the one, though, that looks for the engage. Immediately, Shadow Cube blinks in. So Incon's job, make sure they don't get involved. Mace is out of the fight for a second with that taunt. Notice he doesn't drop shield wall here. Didn't drop shield wall. Didn't drop anything, just landed the taunt on Mace. He tried to hit best as well, but missed it. And then immediately turns around to the team again. Why is he turning around? Because he's popping shell to reduce the damage. Allied re-engages. Incon's still quite happy to stay in here. Has he got tower aggro yet? No. Will he get tower aggro eventually? Probably. He would have liked it over Kiki, really, but Kiki got aggro from damage. The shell helping to protect his team. What else can he do now? He's not got taunt available. Can he really chase in and do something alone? Is he going to get a kill alone? No. What does he do? Start hitting the Phoenix. Then he starts looking for a pick after the Phoenix goes down. Need some more free poke. Taunt to the backside to keep people busy into the shield wall. Nice damage again. Incon gets himself a kill. Why does he disengage? Why does he disengage? No cooldowns again. But what's he going to do? Disengage, make sure he's not got tower aggro. Then jump back in with ultimate. Who's he choose to hit? Incon. Sorry, Kiki. Why? Because Kiki's low. But only the wombo, and this will bring the end of the game. So what did we see from Incon in this game? His scoreline finished. I'm just going to rewind for a second because otherwise it won't actually show what happened. What could we see from this game from Incon? He managed to finish his talisman off in this game. Did he do anything aggressive in lane? Was he constantly trying to fight in lane? No. Did he just farm and play safe? Yes. Would he have gone aggressive if he needed to? Yes. What was his decision making in terms of rotations? Every time Harpies were up, he was there. Did he soak as much experience as possible? Yes. Where was most of his experience soaked, though? In the early stages of the game, most of his experience was still soaked in the duo lane. But then after the first 3-minute Harpies, he started to soak more from the mid and more from the jungle camps than from the duo laner with his Hunter, which means his Hunter got bigger earlier because he was left more solo there. Did he turn up to support the Hunter, though, when he was required? Yes, he did. Did he even influence the solo lane in any way? Well, he was looking to all the time. His ultimates were available to him. He tried to get involved in the fight and protect his teammates. When he did his combo, did he stay in the fight? No, he didn't. He disengaged from the fight. He waited for his cooldowns to come back up and goes back in again. He always looks to support his team in every situation that he can do based on what abilities he has available. But the one thing he knows best about Athena, this is one thing you should always learn, is ranges and the threat. Area of influence is one thing that you need to learn from the support role. Area of influence, and you saw the amount of times Incon charged that preemptive strike today. I'm pretty sure we saw him charge it, like, how many times would I say? Like, I think when you saw him use it, 10% of the time he charged it. That's what I want to say. Out of all the times he charged it, I think he only actually used it 10% of the time. But by charging it, it shows the threat of engagement. It puts his team in a good position. This is why Incon is known as one of the best supports. Not because he does flashy things. I mean, somehow he always gets kills. That's just luck. Like, you saw the 2 kills he got in this game. He didn't actually go for killing blows. He wasn't trying to steal with auto attacks. That was just legit. He got last hits because he was doing good damage and using his skills wisely in the engagements. What can you take from this? A lot of information for you to digest. Hopefully you get some stuff out of it. I will be back shortly with another support one. I'm going to do 2 different support games. One from EU and one from NA, all being well. This was the NA one. Hopefully the EU one you'll be seeing follow this one. Hope you took something out of this and hope you got some use out of it as well.